Thank you so much for staying with us. I promised you that Africa Day is going to form part of the major conversation that we have for you today. But let me start by telling you that Africa Day is an annual celebration of the achievement and potential of the African continent, which is celebrated in Africa and countries around the world. Its date, May 25th, commemorates the founding of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, the precursor of the current African Union. The 1963 OAU Charter calls for greater unity among African countries to support the independence of African countries from colonialism and inequity, and also to promote economic and political cooperation with a vision that all people of the continent would live freely. The essence of Africa Day gives a chance to reflect on the progress made by the African Union in achieving its goals, especially with regards to protecting the human rights and freedom of Africans, and also to promote the African food market, business talks, music festivals, and fashion craft districts, and presented to both established and young aspiring creatives across Africa. This is the conversation that we're going to be having this morning, and we're taking it from the perspective of SMEs and business and people who are would want to be taking care of the Africa Free Trade Zone. And to have that conversation with us this morning, we have Mr. Charles Fakroha. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on this breakfast show.
All right, let's look at the SMEs in Nigeria. What's your take on the level of support and needed exposure given to SMEs in Nigeria, and how much improvement do you think how much improvement would you say we've recorded in that sector?
Yes, thank you very much. It is not a hidden thing that the SMEs contribute a lot to the economic development of any nation. And we've been so reliably that SMEs in Nigeria employ or provide employment for over 80% of Nigerians. And the government is talking about unemployment rate is increasing, and you are having a small sector, the SME, that are providing employment for these teeny Nigerian youths. Then they deserve much more support from the government than what we're experiencing now. However, the government has done quite some things in terms of trying to support the SME. We've had programs like SMIDAMS, which is there. We've had programs like the Smiles cash from the bank in the past. We've also had a lot of programs encouraging SMEs in terms of accessing funds. Okay? But the issue now is, what are the impacts of this government intervention? For example, the SMIDA code that is government related, you will see that most SMEs that we are consulted for will tell us that when they apply, the kind of conditions they give them for them to access some of those facilities, they cannot meet it. And as such, this support, this funding, does not even go to the right SMEs. Because there are government officials trying to do one thing or the other. Now, the support does not need the SMEs to come and start begging the agency official. The agency official like SMIDA should be on the ground, move from state capital to the rural areas, and see these SMEs themselves and take record. But what we have is these SMEs will have to come and register with some of these government agencies, and these government agencies will not even go and verify whether these SMEs are on ground. That is a major problem. And what do we have? So these SMEs are not properly trained as to these monies are not grant that you don't need to pay back. And it's what some of them believe. Of course, you are not going to blame them. They feel that it's their own part of the national cake. So they don't make use of that money judiciously. We have seen so many cases. And that is why most SMEs do not even survive their 50th birthday. They collapse. So the support the Nigerian government is giving to SMEs should not limit only to funding. Training, capacity building is also key.
Are you there, Mr. Charles?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. Okay, so my next question to you would be the fact that recently the Federal Executive Council just approved a revised national policy on micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. So my question to you now would be, what's your assessment on the impact of this policy on this subsector?
Yes. Like I said in the past, there are a lot of policies that have been designed to assist this SME. No doubt, government has good intention. However, the implementation of this policy, that is where the problem is. Where an SME that you have a founder and of course maybe 4, 5, 6 other persons. One, the founder does what he or she knows best. Maybe it's a lady cobbler, or a cobbler, they make shoes, they sell. Now that is what they know how to do best. And of course you have the workers there. Now you expect that SME to come and register to get this funding. And the SME probably as a result of maybe education doesn't know how to go about all this. And that's why I think it is the government agencies now that are supposed to be on the ground, get to these SMEs, tell them what I want to do, show them, and even have capacity building in terms of how they can access some of this funds. So that policy for me is a good policy, but the problem we are going to be having is in the issue of implementing that policy at the right time and with the right person. SMEs are not only located or sited in the urban areas. If you go to the rural area, there is a lot of SMEs there that with little assistance and support from the government, they will be able to perform better and sustain their operation and continue to be in business. That's one thing to get the policy, and another thing to implement it rightly.
All right. Because we're celebrating Africa Day today, Mr. Charles, I want us to take this conversation outside the shores of Nigeria. Do you think small and medium-sized enterprises in Nigeria, have been able to effectively take advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area, the AfCFTA, to access foreign markets and of course boost their businesses since the inception in 2021? I think it's January 2021. And what do you suppose could have been the limiting factor why they are not able to access these facilities?
Thank you very much. That is a very good question. Now, I must tell you categorically that the SMEs in Nigeria have not been able to take advantage of this AfCFTA African in terms of trade integration in the continent. Yes, look at it this way. Nigerians, for example, they go to Cotonou, they go and buy certain things and bring it to the country. They don't even pay the necessary custom duties and all that. Now, government is saying, okay, no, you are smuggling this, you are smuggling that, we are closing this border. So you can see that it is difficult for SMEs in Nigeria to even export their products to neighboring countries. One, because of the policies. Take West Africa, for example, now. If I produce a very good shoe, maybe in Ababa, can that product, can it be exported to neighboring countries, as Benin Republic, Ghana, and all that?